Hey, Dawn, how are you today?
Hey, Bridget, how are you? I am
I
blessed.
am wonderful. So, on today's segment, we are speaking with Miss Dawn Pullin. Dawn is a mental health expert. She's also an author and she's also an international speaker. She is one of our featured speakers for the Boots and Blazers Empowerment and Networking Conference, which will
Yes.
be held on September 16th, 2022. It's coming up shortly, and it will be held at the Sahara Las Vegas Hotel and Casino here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So we're looking forward to having Dawn, and I just want to get started with having Dawn tell us just a little bit about herself and um, why she chose the field to go in that she's in. What makes her an expert?
Hey, Bridget, thank you so much for the opportunity to be a speaker at Blazers and Boots and Blazers. I am so excited to be coming to Las Vegas. I am looking forward to an amazing time with all the entrepreneurs and everyone who will be in the room. My name is Dawn Pullin. I am a licensed professional counselor. I am a grief recovery method specialist. I am a tobacco specialist,
Hmm.
and I am also I have a BSN in nursing. So I hold a lot of letters behind my name.
I
I
don't think
normally
I
don't talk
know
about.
the nursing as long as
um,
I've known you. Wow.
I um, I just know how important it is, especially for women, African American women, people in business, just everyday people to take care of their mental health. And, what I can tell you is what makes me an expert is that I have been in this field for over 25 years. I not only have book experience, but I have lived experience. I also am a chemical dependency counselor, and I work with people who have substance abuse treatment issues as well as mental health, grief recovery, tobacco, all those wonderful things. But the one thing that drove me to mental health and substance abuse treatment was the fact that my mother was on substances. And I wanted to really find out what this thing was all about, what treatment with substance abuse was, what mental health was, how did we treat it, how does it work, how can I help my mother be in a place of recovery, and really just wanted to find out what I could do to be of assistance to my mother, my grandmother, who was also, when your children are on drugs and alcohol and dealing with different things, it affects not only that person, it affects the whole family.
Yes, it does.
So, just wanting to know how I could help my family, help my mother. And then it went from that to helping members of the community all around the world. And that's what we're doing. My goal is to help people get free from whatever it is that they're experiencing, or to find a way to better cope and manage their feelings, their emotions and behaviors, to change their behaviors and be successful in whatever it is that they feel they want to do. So
Makes sense. You know,
it just makes sense, right?
literally, my father, I was in my mother's womb when my father went to prison.
Mm,
And so I first met him at 10 years old. And there's a chapter in the book called The Man at the Door. Um,
mm,
to the door, introduced himself, and he said, "Hey, my name is Joseph. I'm your father."
wow.
That was the look I had. Like, "Ooh, okay." Slammed the door, went running through the house. Our house was all on one floor. My mother's bedroom was all the way at the end in the back, and ran through the house. Mom, is this man at the door? Say he my dad. And she
Mm.
was, what do you say his name is? And Joe Hill. And I'll
And
never,
I can see your mother's face. I'm sorry. I can just see your mama's face asking that question.
yeah, I'll never forget. So we all three, me, her, and my sister, marched to the front door, and me and my sister on the side of her looking. But my father was diagnosed with schizophrenia. Uh,
Mm.
no one ever thought, because he had been in prison. That's just the diagnosis that they gave him, because he was in prison, and that he was very volatile. Um, but turn around, he could be the sweetest person, the most giving person, the most loving person, very knowledgeable, a man of God. Um, but he was schizophrenic. And so, with that, you have multiple personalities. Who you meet today may
Mm.
not be, let me just say, like, who you meet right now may not be who you interact with in a few hours.
True.
Okay.
True.
So, I've as well had life experiences with mental health. Along with that, because of my father, I've also been receiving therapy treatment since I was 12 years old. I have experienced living in a mental hospital from the age of 13 and a half till I was 15. So, at a young age, experiencing it from a totally different level, not being at home, not being allowed to see my parents, not being able to get phone calls when I want, or talk to them when I want. And then going through a phase of life where I knew I needed mental help because I was a young mother, reaching
Mm.
out to get it, not receiving it in Stark County, where we're both from, and
Definitely.
them taking my kids away from me and putting them in foster care, but never getting me the mental health that I initially reached out for when I reached out for mental health assistance as a new person to the city. So then going on my own of uh, clamming up, closing up, getting in the closet and not telling anyone that I had mental health issues, and raising my kids and not receiving help for 20 years until going through the death of Roland Turner, who I was involved with, and having a nervous breakdown, waking up one morning to non controllable crying, and not
Mm.
why. And then when I finally got to the hospital, because I thought, okay, maybe something's wrong physically, not knowing when I got there, they said, no, this is a mental issue. Have you spoken with a therapist? And so then realizing at that point, I need help. I was so afraid of losing my children again that I didn't want to open up to let people know that I needed mental health. It's a taboo in our community, African American community. And so I closed up for 20 years. And now I don't see someone on a regular basis, but when I need someone, I have a phone number to call, and I definitely reach out. So I appreciate you for being in the field, because I know the importance of having not just therapists, but number one, you set the standard on three different levels, and I was waiting to tell you this. Number one, you're African American. So you definitely understand the taboo that we place on mental health as an African American community.
Definitely.
Number two, you're a woman. So again, you
Mm.
can see things that we hold inside, or you can help us cope with stressors and triggers that men don't deal with, because we trifold, take care of the home, work the job, and then have to care for the mate, the husband. So you understand it as a woman. And then on the third level, you are a young person. You've experienced this in your life. So this isn't something that you're going to open up the textbook and say, oh, paragraph uh, uh, 5 on page 372 says this is
Mm.
how to deal with this. No, you've got actual life experience. So
That
you are trifold an expert, and that's the reason why I call you an expert.
I so love it. And that's the other thing that, I love about the job that I do is that I can tell people I suffered from mental health. I went through postpartum depression. I've
Mm,
gone through depression. I have been in a dark places. And I worked in social work for almost 10 years. And so I can speak from this positions for so many different aspects because I've had so many different experiences. And the one thing is that people in the Black community need to understand there's nothing taboo with asking for assistance. And,
mm,
in finding even finding someone who is not your sister friend or your auntie or your grandma or your cousin auntie play cousin mama, that can give you true insight and be open and not judgmental, and they're going to keep your stuff because one thing people fail to realize is that we are obligated, mandated by federal, state, local laws that we cannot tell anybody your business. We can't even
right,
tell them that you're a patient or a
right,
client.
right.
So that's one of the taboos that I have been trying to get people to understand. You need to find, I even have a therapist. Like, girl, how do you think you manage living in this world with being a single mom of 3 kids, working a regular job, taking care of my business, trying to travel, trying to start new, income, doing all these things, and it doesn't take a toll on your mental? No, one of the things I'm going to touch on when at the oh my
Conference.
goodness, at the conference is the lies that we've been taught about being a superwoman. The stigma of superwoman. Stigma of superwoman will kill you.
Oh,
It will
I'm
take you
excited.
right. That part. It will definitely take you to a place where you are mentally, emotionally, physically exhausted. And so we have been trained and taught some things from great grandma, great grandma that has been passed down from generation to generation
Mhm.
that we need to break the cycle in. And so I plan to have that is part of my presentation when I'm there because I want people to know that it's not, you don't have to be no superwoman. That's not what
Right.
we're called to do, and the myths that come from slavery that have been brought to us up to this day that make us feel like we have to be this woman that can do all, be all. That is not what we're called to do. And the other thing, and the other thing we have to realize there's nothing wrong with asking for help. I remember, as a young mom, I would be scared to ask for help or I would try to figure it out everything on my own. Mm-mm, mm-mm. You will drive yourself
Yeah.
mentally crazy.
And
So
I love
be
that you brought that up because there's a difference between multitasking and being a superwoman.
that
We
part.
can multitask, but we need to learn how to share our responsibilities that we have. And more importantly, ask for help when we need it.
That part. Because what I realize is this: if I never ask for help, I will always be working harder than I need to, expending more energy and time trying to figure out some things that people already know the answer to.
Mm,
And, I could be doing other things with that time and energy, like spending time with my family, raising my children, being more engaged in things that I enjoy that will help me keep my mental health and
mm,
sanity intact. And so there's a balance to everything that we do. And our mental health determines what that looks like. And it also determines how far we go, where we go, and what we do in life. Because what people, they want to say, well, you can do all these things, but if your mental health is not in place, you're only going to go so far
mm.
and you're only going to be able to do so much. And how do we get to the place where we really want to be and be mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and naturally balanced? And I'm not saying it's always going to be balanced, but in those times when it's not, then what supports do we have in place? I said, what's in your toolkit? Got to know what's in
Right.
your toolkit.
I like
And
that.
then Yeah. And then we got to be able to go in there and get the right tools that we need for those moments. So
Yeah.
those are the things that I'm excited to share with the women and men who will be at the conference. I'm excited because we get free, and hopefully leave in a better place knowing and
Yeah.
having a plan for our mental health going forward, not
Yeah.
just continuing in the same cycles and being afraid to say, oh, well, I have. Mm-mm, you're not the only one.
Right.
Believe me, there are people that you have no people is standing next to you that have the same issues as you, but we have this. I'm good.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm
Take
cool.
your mask off. Remove your mask.
That
It's
part.
okay to be you. It's okay to say, I'm vulnerable. And I love that because, people don't realize that this is such a key piece when you are a business person. You
Definitely.
touched on a little bit of the fact that you gave me all of your initials behind your name. You are definitely qualified, but you only touched just briefly. You didn't talk about it. You're a businesswoman. You have
Thank
your
you.
own program, Phenomenal Woman, and that's huge in our community. So I love the fact that you're coming to be able to empower our women to let them know mental health, a toolkit for when you have those moments, is so important
Mhm.
in this business world as well as your personal world. So I'm looking forward to you expounding on that and being able to just help them understand. Can you just give us a little bit of information about Phenomenal Woman while we have you here on the line?
Oh, thank you. Yes. So, Phenomenal Woman, this is our ninth year. I'm so excited. I'm always excited. What Phenomenal Woman is an opportunity for people in the community to nominate ordinary women who are doing phenomenal work. So we want women to, your mama can nominate you. There's no criteria you have to meet. You don't have to have 20. No, it's not anything like that. It's just, I can say, Bridget, I feel you're phenomenal for this reason. You write an essay, you send it in. We have a selection committee. This year we have nine awardees, and we're going to celebrate the accomplishments that they do on everyday life. And so it's an opportunity for us not only to celebrate them, but to celebrate each other.
Yeah.
Um, and we take time out and we acknowledge the wonderful works that they're doing. And because everybody's not going to be on TV, everybody's not going to be getting these awards on national stages, but this is an opportunity for
Hmm.
me in my community to give back to the community, to those women who are working hard and who are making great impact every day in the things that they're doing in the community. So that's what we're celebrating. We have tickets on sale. We have vendors, so we have business people who participate. And if they're a vendor with us and they don't have everything they need by the time they leave, and by the time the date comes for Phenomenal Woman, they are on point because we mentor them, we help them, we show them, tell them what they need to do. We have most of the women on our team are in business. So we have different people doing, different businesses, but we all have the insight on entrepreneurship. And so we are building a league of women and entrepreneurs, and we're celebrating them. We're allowing them to showcase who they are. And we're just having a time of true networking and celebration. So it's awesome.
So,
www.phenomenalwoman11.com if you want a ticket. It's virtual. We have virtual tickets. We have in-person tickets. We also have an opportunity if you want to get your business out. You can put your business cards in the gift bags. It's $40. We'll put them in all the gift bags. We have over 200 people. We plan to be there. So 200 people will have an opportunity to learn about your business. And then we also put your information on a slideshow that we have. So people will see you, know who you are, and be able to contact you. You can build your business space. So
so
it's an exciting day.
I jumped in. So I want you to give the website again. I want you to give the date and, make sure you give the time And that way people, because they're going to see this video, they can say, oh yeah, let me check that out. So give us that information once more.
It's phenomenalwoman11.com, www.phenomenalwoman11.com. The date is September 24th, 2022. It's going to be held in Canton, Ohio. And the time, the doors open at 11 for vending. The program starts at 1 p.m. We have virtual tickets for $25 and in-person tickets, which includes your lunch, are $40. And if you can't come, but you believe in what we're doing, you can always donate a ticket. I would like to have a table sponsor for some women in our community that are living in a homeless shelter, and I would like 8 people to sponsor them. So if you feel led to do that, please, please,
I'm
please reach
already
out.
going to get a virtual ticket, but I'm definitely, we'll talk after this is over. I'm going to sponsor one of those ladies to come.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because, that's how we give back, and I tell people all the time, what can we do? What can we do? This is one of the things I would like to do for women in our community so they can see other women who are just like them, who come from maybe places that in the same place they were, and they can see them as they've moved up and progressed. So this is an opportunity to give back.
Yeah. And that's what we have to do in the community. And I think that's the reason why it was so important for me to do this conference. Um, as a woman, we have to be more supportive of one another. I haven't
Yeah.
always been here. I'm cute today. I haven't always been cute. I was a tomboy, and my beloved Tony Brown pulled me to the side one day, and she said, uh, "I need you to bring the girl out of you." She said,
Mm,
"You tough." She said, "But I want to see the girl, the lady come out of you." And at that point, I really started going to get my hair done because I'm a beautician's daughter. I didn't feel the need to go to the beauty shop because I knew how to do
mm,
hair. And then because I always had hair, most of the time I just pulled it back in a ponytail.
that,
I didn't. I got my hair done every Saturday all my life. So when I became grown and didn't feel I had to be putting up with the hot comb and perm and all of that, I didn't do it. So funny story, but we need to be empowered just to remind ourselves to input into ourselves.
that,
And it was someone that I truly, truly loved that just pulled me, pulled my coattail one day and said, let's take that toughness and and scale back a little bit. Everybody know you who you are. Now let them see you shine. And
yeah,
that's what we have to do. And that's what you're allowing the women to do with phenomenal women. You're allowing them to shine, and by us helping those who are less fortunate, we allow them to see, you know, we're everyday people, you know.
everyday people. That's
So
so true. It's
I'm
so true. It's so true. And I'm just excited because, this is 9th year. Bridget, you have been with me since the inception of Phenomenal Woman. You were part of the kickoff 9 years ago at James S.
yes,
Thomas. I don't even know if you
yes,
remember that.
I do.
Um, the
Yes, I
Empowerment Summit. That was
yes.
the beginning of Phenomenal Woman. And that was during
Yes.
a blizzard in the snowstorm.
My kids call me a hoarder, but one day when I'm digging stuff, I'll pull out my folder that I still have from the Empowerment Summit. Bam.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I need you to
Because
bring that. Oh my God. I want to see it.
there were nuggets, and I pull it out from time to time. It was the inspiration for me to want to do my Black History program that I used to do.
Wow.
So, yes, I still have my folder.
Wow. That is so awesome. And those are the things that that encourage me when I hear people tell me their stories and how it has impacted them, because I would never know. But I'm so thankful for that. That's why we do what we do. So that it goes to the next
Right.
person and the next person to help somebody else. And so I am so excited, and I'm just excited about not just come. I can't wait to get to Vegas. I hope it won't be 10,000 degrees when we get there, but September 16th is
It's my
definitely going to be life
general
changing.
in September, we generally in the middle of the month. we start to wane down a little bit. Now it still might be in the 90s,
I can
but
take
it definitely won't be in the.
I can take
And of
90.
course,
I can't take 115.
they're going to have the air conditioning on in the conference, so we'll keep you ice cold until you go outside, and then I'll make sure I have a vehicle waiting to swoop you away, so you won't have to stand in the heat.
I'll tell you, it's hot in Vegas.
It
So
is. I
I
have
want
to.
to encourage everyone who sees this video, who is going to watch it later, to definitely, if you are in Vegas, near Vegas, if you can get to Vegas on September the 16th, to get there. This is going to be a life-changing opportunity. And I'm excited about the other people who are also on the panel, that I can learn from them. And I plan to grow and learn and network and meet some new people as well. I'm excited because, being an entrepreneur is not for the weary or the
Oh,
weak. And people think, oh, I'm just going to start a business and it's going to be great. And I'm like, honey, it's more to this than just getting the EIN number. You have,
okay.
you got to be using this all 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I wake up in the middle of the night writing stuff down so I can, opportunities. So,
and that's the reason why I really feel there are key components. I'm going to have speakers on the panel who are not on the flyer. I need people to know that. But I wanted my key people to be on my flyers and my social media because mental health is key to successful businesses. Marketing is key to a successful business.
yeah,
Business credit and business funding is key to a successful business. Overcoming obstacles when life hits you blindsided. That's what Shalyn McKinnis is going to talk about. Being
her story.
blindsided when the business is on a roll, and how you have her and Marquetta DeVille are going to talk about changes, how you have to revamp the business, moving right along, and everything's good, and then all of a sudden you got to revamp. So that's the reason why I talk about reset, revisit, and revamp. Sometimes, I wrote my vision. I started Full Flavor 30 years ago. August 1st was our 30-year anniversary. And
Congratulations.
thank you. And trust me, I didn't start with selling cakes and pies and dinners. I started, if you remember, popping my trunk, selling sunglasses and short sets, going to New York and coming back and popping my trunk through the park and wherever at the church. I was a mess. Wherever, honey, I could clothe the whole family and have you looking good, you know. And that's how Full Flavor started. Full Flavor was not a catering service. It was not an
Mhm.
event service. It evolved to that. And Full Flavor is a multitude of things, and that's why it's Full Flavor. We can touch and do a lot of things, But when I first wrote the business plan, and when I look, because I pull it out, I have my original business plan that I wrote. I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, girl, you done learned a little something. You done grew a little bit. I didn't know I paid for everything cash. I had the mindset that I don't want to owe nobody. No.
Mm.
And then I really tried to get something big, and they was like, hmm. Just even knowing how to get a website. I have a young lady who's going to be there. She's phenomenal. Courtney, she's phenomenal with putting together websites and just
Great.
she has the knowledge, to help you with branding. Branding is key. That's part of marketing. So everything is going to, fall into place. Again, I'm with you. I'm encouraging people, that may watch this video. Hey, come on out. I'm telling you, it's not just about a good time in the Sin City. We are actually taking this to the next level. I have powerhouses on the platform that
You
are going to
do.
power people to take their business to the next level in 2023. Most people don't sit down and put a game plan together. There are 4 quarters in every game. So, you can run through the first 2 quarters and get to halftime and take a breather. But once you get to the locker room and you looking and you like, okay, we down three. We need to come back. You know what I'm saying? What's the game plan? You know what I'm saying? So you might have to reset, revisit, revamp because we can't go with them same plays that we used in the first two quarters, you know. And for the fourth quarter, you need to be ready to go into the first quarter of the next game. Most people,
Mm.
they think about we're at the end of the year. So they worrying about the closeout. They getting prepared for taxes and all of this stuff. No, 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 no. That's not how business works. By the time you get to the fourth quarter, the end of this year, you need to be ready to kick off 2023 with such a forceful blow, uh, powered up that when you come out the gate, you see your money before it see you. And
That
that's what
part.
I'm going to talk about. How
I'm
you make your money
excited.
work for you and start working for money. Yeah.
I
So
tell them you don't have to chase
I've
money.
enjoyed,
Money will come. You don't have to chase money. Money will come. You
and
have to
that's
be consistent.
it's now see because we're not gonna pull it out. I'm gonna take it to the next field where we both go. But it's
Okay. I
your
just get
gift
so excited.
will make room for you. So we're gonna teach them how to get those gifts rolling in action and everything. Just
True.
on the note, what are some nuggets that you would like to drop right now in this interview that will pique their interest to let them know I got what you need? And you need to come to the conference to get these nuggets, these golden nuggets of wisdom from Dawn Pullin, the expert mental health therapist.
Mm.
Come and get that. What? Just drop me a few nuggets before we go.
Wow. Loaded question. Number one, I'm gonna have on some fly boots and a blazer. I'm gonna have on some fly boots and a blazer. That's what I'm gonna do. A blazer and some fly boots. That's number one.
Hey,
Number
ready?
two, I believe that we all can educate and grow. And so my goal is to provide you with information, not just information, but with opportunity
Okay.
to expand your knowledge base, opportunity to be able to connect and find some and look at yourself and evaluate what it is that you really need to keep your mental health in place.
All
I
right.
think that there's an opportunity for all of us to my favorite saying is learn and grow, and then once you learn it, then you have to do something about it. So let's do some things about planning and implementation, and then
Okay.
there's an accountability factor. So we'll hit on all of those things so that you, when people leave, they'll have a sure plan of what they need to do next in order to make sure that they're successful in their mental health, but also in their business. Because
Okay.
your business is only going to go as far as your mental health can take you.
That's so true. That's so
Because if
true.
your mind is not clear, you're not focused, your business suffers.
Yes. And
So we're going
we
to
are
talk about
not, we're not looking forward to failed businesses.
not at
We
all.
successful businesses. So I
And
do
you know,
say
I was talking to a young lady the other day. I'm gonna say this, and I was telling her, I said, a lot of people start, but they don't finish.
true. Very true.
So the goal is to help you stay in the race.
Oh, I love it.
The
Love
goal
it.
is to help you stay in this race and to finish strong. And your finish should be when I told her my finish is when I'm dead. So when I leave here, my finish should be preparing for the next person to start
Yes.
or to boost
Take
them to start
that.
that part.
I like that.
Mhm.
Um,
Yep.
the
So
race.
that's my goal.
Say that for me once more. I gotta get that. It's we don't want you say that once more. That was so powerful. You probably like, ugh. But
What I just said?
it was
What
about
I said?
hey, we want you to finish strong.
Finish strong
Yeah.
because this is what people do. They start a business and things don't go the way they think it's supposed to go. They get sad, they get discouraged, they get depressed, they want to quit. And I'm gonna tell you, look at P. Diddy, look at all the people,
Oh,
million and billionaires. They lost a lot of money. They broke down. You know, you didn't see all the stuff they did behind the scenes to reset, revisit, and revamp. All you know is what you've seen on as the finished product. But how many times did one person show up? I was telling my daughter the other day, we were talking because my daughter's an entrepreneur, my son's an entrepreneur, and I try to enlighten them with information. But you know, when it's your mama, they don't really want to listen to you.
Right,
But
right.
anyway, I said I remember when I started working and doing my business, I would give stuff away. I would have free stuff so people would come, and one or two people would show up.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, from that day to this day, it looks different. But you know what? It wasn't because I had the best products. It wasn't because I had the best things, or I had $1 million and I was doing all these setups. It was because I was consistent, and I
Yeah.
was stayed on progress, and I was moving forward. No matter what I saw, I had to stay strong. And that mentally can break you if you're not in a place where you have those supports that can encourage you on those bad days,
That's
or
so
you can
true.
talk your way through on those bad days, because those days are going to be here. Even when
Yeah.
I'm doing Phenomenal Woman, I'm 9 years in, and there's still days that I need somebody to call and talk to, or have something I need to get off my chest. So we're going to, this is where we're trying to get you to see it. Like, your process and your progress has to be consistent, and it can't be, oh, I'm a fly by night business, because you will be unhappy and unfulfilled.
I like that. So I could just let you know, I'm going to listen to this again because you dropped some nuggets just there. Your process and your progress. That was a nugget. The success, staying strong in the race, so that you can continue your business, because failure is not an option. In my one networking group, they said, finish the sentence with, what is failure? I put, not an option, you know. So you just dropped some nuggets. I'm really excited to see those boots and that blazer, but I'm very more so excited to be able to just sit and glean from your wisdom and your knowledge so that I can get empowered, as well as the other people at the conference. And by the end of the conference, be in my starting position, like I'm in the game, ready to take off, you know what I'm saying?
I
And
got
make
you.
things and make
Make
things
it
happen.
happen. And you
So
know what? And that's all we can do is prepare and push. I'm excited because I know that people are going to come and be changed and get what they need. Bridget, this is a great opportunity for people to come and get some real knowledge. And I know there's thousands of people doing different things. Nobody can do it like you.
right.
There's just things that we have to empower ourselves in knowing that we have to stand strong in what we have, and know that Nike and Reebok didn't do Reebok because Nike had Nike. They did it their way. And so
That's
we just
right.
have to learn that as entrepreneurs.
Right, right. Well, again, this is Dawn Pullin, and she is coming to the conference, Boots and Blazers Empowerment and Networking Conference. Y'all heard her. She got her boots and her blazer ready. So I encourage you, pull out your business blazer and get your best pair of boots. Come to this conference. Get some of these nuggets of wisdom from her and from the other participants. Again, it will be held September 16th, 2022 at the Sahara Las Vegas Hotel and Casino right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Tickets can be found under Boots and Blazers on Eventbrite. And you can also reach me at 775 990 7116 for more information. You can as well go to fullflavorcafe.com. We are on Facebook, and we are also on Instagram under those names, Full Flavor Cafe. So looking forward to having her come to the city. And you guys stay tuned. for more. We'll see you later.
Thanks, Bridget. Have a great day, everybody.